morning, everyone.
Good mornings, Crystal.
Emma, I cannot click fast enough for you. You are quick, my friend. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning, twice in 1 week.
I know. Isn't that exciting?
It is.
And today's
So,
Thursday, and tomorrow's Good Friday, so can't work.
yeah. Crystal, did you get my email? I just wanted to give you a heads up at 9 o'clock for your guy in Oakley, Philip
Okay.
Miller.
Uh,
I just wanted to make sure you remembered that you have a 9 o'clock in Oakley,
oh,
Miller.
well,
He
you
has like
know,
he has like 4 Zoom cases. I got 2 of them, and that one came to me, but it's when I stood in for you. So it's
I
a
remember. And you know what? I thought I was confused. I thought it was on this docket. So, let me see who's in Judge Oakley in person and figure that out.
there's nobody. He only has 3 clients. It's a Zoom docket at 9. So I'll hold you down here. We'll hold down each other because I got 2 cases there too. So we'll just go back and forth.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right,
it's a final
perfect.
pretrial. It's a final pretrial. So I don't know if he did the cleaning or not, but it's that guy with all the wood and all the cleaning.
I remember the stacks of woods. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll do that like at 9, depending on what's going on in here. I'll check in with you.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you, Sammer.
Look,
Teamwork.
now we have royalty. Mr. Batar is here. We can
Oh,
all
oh,
Def-
dun, dun, dun,
Definitely
dun.
not royalty, but thank you, Sammer.
Dun, dun,
absolutely.
dun. They're the dream team,
Hi,
but
everyone. Good morning.
they're the dream team. I'm just a token Hispanic. No, I'm just
Oh, man, Crystal. Caitlin, I just wanted to confirm with you that Miss Hoover is OWVI is the offer, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, we're going to do a plea on that.
poor audit. All right, Mr. Bitar, have a blessed day, young man.
I'm not leaving. Are you leaving?
I'm going to work. Yeah, goodbye.
Are you already working? I'm confused now.
No, Sammer, how did you move them already? I was literally, I have the box open. Slow
Close you do.
down. I almost moved them from your room. Fine, I'll let you take the poor audio. Bye.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Stupid.
Miss Hoover, just hang tight. We're going to wait for the judge to come out, okay?
Okay, it sent me to a random break room, so I was like, wow.
Yeah, if you
Yeah, they
would join that breakout room, please.
Okay.
Thanks. Morning, Dan.
Good morning, Marianne. How are you today?
I'm good. You're all bundled up.
Oh, yeah, I drove downtown, so I still got my coat on. I'm very upset with this spring break weather.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. White.
Good morning.
Hi. Did you speak with the prosecutor? Are you ready to go?
I've not spoken with the prosecutor. I'm here on behalf of Raymond Thomas. It's my understanding that he may have gotten confused and decided to speak with a court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know how that goes. So
Yeah.
I'm here on his behalf today and would like to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll grab a Marianne.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Mary Ann,
Yes, Dan.
we're ready on Miss Hoover whenever the judge takes the bench. It's going to be a plea, just so you know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Got it. Mr. White, are you ready also?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, Sammer. How's it going?
Good morning. How are you, Marianne?
I'm good, thank you.
Attorney Boyd,
What's up, man?
how are you? You representing Mr. Thomas?
Yep.
All right. Did he tell you what I told him already? And have you?
Yep.
You got everything under control?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Pleasure is mine, sir.
I'm sorry, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
23 HR 13900, Huron Township versus Rachel Hoover. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Batar on behalf of Miss Hoover, who is present on Zoom.
State your name for me, please, ma'am.
Rachel Hoover.
Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the prosecution's made an offer. My client is going to plead to operating while visibly impaired.
Thank you. Ma'am, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. May I put your hand down? You've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Bitar. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And after having that conversation, ma'am, is your understanding and agreement that you'll enter a plea this morning of guilty to the added count of operating while visibly impaired, and the original charge of operating with a blood alcohol content of 0.17 or more will be dismissed?
Yes.
And ma'am, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Correct.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that on December 16, 2023, in Huron Township, you operated a motor vehicle while you were visibly impaired?
Yes.
Mr. Bitar, would you like to inquire further of your client?
Yes, Ms. Hoover, on that date in question, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Had you consumed alcohol prior to operating that motor vehicle?
Yes.
And did it impair your ability to operate that motor vehicle?
Yes.
And you'll agree that the blood alcohol level that you had was over the legal limit?
Yes.
And that happened in Huron Township in the county of Wayne?
Yes.
I'm satisfied.
Thank you. Ms. Foley Carter, are you satisfied?
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ma'am, the court will accept your plea of guilty to the added count of operating while visibly impaired and has dismissed the original count 1. The next step in these proceedings is that your case is going to be referred to the probation department. They will be contacting you by phone and email. Please respond to their communications. They will do an interview of you, develop a sentence recommendation, schedule you to come back to this court for sentencing, okay?
Yes.
Anything else, Mr. Bitar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am, that concludes this matter. You're free to go. I will see you for your sentencing. You have a good day, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Yeah.
This is 23HR 13899OM Huron Township versus Raymond Thomas III. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Boyd White III, P72398, here on behalf and with Mr. Raymond Thomas.
Sir,
Mr.
unmute
Thomas,
yourself
please
and state your name for
name.
me, please.
Oh, I am here. Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. White, do we have an appearance from you?
I did not file an appearance, no.
Okay. Today is the day and time for the arraignment and pretrial. Mr. White, how are we proceeding?
We had an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor, and it is my understanding that the township will be dismissing the count of disorderly person.
That is accurate, Your Honor.
Thank you. Make a notation in the file that is hereby dismissed. Is there anything else, Mr. White?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Thomas, that concludes this matter. Your case has been dismissed. You're free to go. You have a good day.
You as well. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
This is 24HR 17130M, Huron Township versus Zachary Coates. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Richardala, please 62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Coates.
State your name for me, sir.
Zachary Coates.
Mr. Coates, you've had a chance to speak to Mr. Jadala this morning?
Yep.
Yes,
And Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P 62186, hearing on behalf of Mr. Coates. For purposes of arraignment, would waive formal reading and stand mute. Your Honor, the prosecution has made an offer whereby my client pleads as charged to unlawful acts. They'll take it under advisement for 12 months under 771.1. Understanding the rights he is waiving by doing so, he'd like to avail himself to that plea, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, sir, why have you not appeared on Zoom so that the court may see you?
I don't have internet at my house, and I'm on a landline right now.
And you're what? Sir, I'm sorry.
He's on the
I'm on
landline, Your Honor. He's using the phone, the Zoom phone option, Your Honor.
Mr. Coles, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Sir, you had the chance to speak to Mr. Jadala. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And after having that conversation, sir, it's your understanding and agreement that you'll be tendering a plea of guilty as charged to the unlawful acts.
Yes.
And sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
Nope.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on February 12, 2024 in Huron Township, you committed unlawful acts?
Yes.
More specifically, that you trespassed at Huron High School?
Yes.
Mr. Jadala, would you like to inquire further of your client?
Your Honor, no, we're satisfied with the factual basis, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, the court will accept your plea of guilty as charged to the unlawful acts. And Mr. Jadala, did I hear you correctly? Was it 1 year?
Correct, Your Honor, for 12 months.
Thank you. Mr. Coles, as indicated by your attorney, this plea is taken pursuant to 771.1, sentences delayed for a period of 12 months. Sir, so long as you incur no new criminal offenses in the state of Michigan during that 12-month time, pay costs of $300. And Ms. Foley Carter, is there a request not to return to this property?
There is. Mr. Coates has been trespassed from the property, but I would additionally like it as a condition of his probation.
And Your Honor, I've advised him of that. He understands and he fully intends to comply.
Thank you. And Mr. Coles, as indicated, $300 in costs and do not return to Huron High School. If this court receives reports that you have returned to that property within the next 12 months, it will could deem it as a violation of your agreement. The terms of the delay could be set aside and a conviction could enter. Do you understand?
Yep.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The court accepts the plea, $300 fine. Do you need more than, I'm sorry, $300 in cost. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount?
Yes, please.
Then, sir, what I need you to do is one of three things. You can go online to the court's website. There's a contact us button. You click on that, it drops down. You can submit a request for a payment plan that way. You can come in person and speak to a member of the court's collection staff, or you may call and speak to a member of the collection staff, but you must do something within the next 5 days. If you fail to set a payment plan or pay in full within that period of time, you could be deemed in default of this agreement. Do you understand?
Yes.
Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Coates, you're free to go. You have a good day, sir.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. These are 24HR 03012 A, B, and C. These are Huron Township versus Lova Construction.
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
And would you state your name for the record?
Rebecca Silva.
And ma'am, what is your relationship to the defendant?
The driver, Lova Construction is my company. I'm the office manager, and the person who got the ticket was our driver.
Thank you. And ma'am, are you a licensed attorney in the state of Michigan?
No, I was not aware that I needed one. When I had called, they just said if I could cut a check, I would be able to be at the proceeding or at the hearing.
Ms. Foley Carter?
I did advise Ms. Silva that it is a company that needs to be represented by corporate counsel. There is also a misdemeanor attached to the file. So we're just seeking an adjournment so that they can get their attorney to file an appearance in the matter.
How long of an adjournment?
Ms. Silva, how long do you need it for an attorney?
Possibly a week, 2 at the max. It's my first time needing a lawyer for anything really, so I just need to find one.
Understood. Let me get a date from Mary Ann. Give me one moment.
April 25th at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
April 25th?
Yes.
That sounds far out.
Well, I have April 11th.
No, I'm not trying to get you to change it. It just, that gives Ms. Silva time, and in the interim, if she retains an attorney, they might be able to speak to Ms. Foley Carter and work something out between now and April the 25th. Ms. Silva, notice of that new date and time will be mailed to you at the address that's on the court file, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day, ma'am.
You too.
Thank you. This is 24 HR 01694. Oh. Mr. Crussell, have you spoken with the prosecutor, Ms. Foley Carter, this morning?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
These are 24HR 01443 A, B, and C. These are Huron Township versus Crussell. May I have your names for the record?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
I'm making a special appearance in the case regarding Matthew Mark Crussell. Also, for the record, I do reserve all rights and I waive none ever.
Thank you, Mr. Crussell. I did receive and review the letter that you filed with the court. How are we proceeding this morning, Ms. Foley Carter?
Your Honor, Mr. Crussell failed to file any sort of motion with my office, so I am not prepared to speak as to his motion to dismiss.
Mr. Crussell,
Yes, Your Honor.
your response to the comments by the prosecutor?
Well, when I filed this morning, I asked the clerk if there was anything else that needed to be done.
I'm sorry,
with that.
Mr. Crussell, could you adjust your camera just a little bit? All I see is a white outline. Thank you.
I know the sun's killing me here. I'm sitting in my car. Yeah, when it was filed, the clerk told me that I didn't have to do anything else with it. I had two copies with me and asked if there was anything else needed to be submitted anywhere, and she told me I was that it was going to be filed and I was good to go. I was unaware of that, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Foley Carter, have you not received a copy of the motion?
I have not, Your Honor.
Then we will adjourn this matter over. Mr. Crussell, your letter references the fact that the civil infraction part had been deemed in default for your failure to appear. And is it your statements to the court that you did not receive notice that you were supposed to be here on February the 20th?
That is correct.
I see a phone call the very next day on the 21st. Do you remember what triggered you to call the court on February 21st?
Yes, I was actually called and notified by a friend of mine that works within Huron that had told me that there was a default judgment placed against me. And that was how I found out, actually.
Okay. It's the sun again. You just look like a white outline.
Yeah,
Mr. Crussell, what I did in reviewing the file yesterday was note that there had been a dismissal for your failure to appear. You were here on March the 14th.
I had received the default thing in the mail saying that I had to come in and all that.
So the note, you were here on March the 14th and you waived your right to have the MIDC attorney assist you in this matter. And I thought that by your appearing and our having the hearing on the 14th, that would have triggered the set aside of the default. And if that has not happened, I will indicate that the previously entered default in the A file, the civil infraction file, is set aside. If you have not already sent Ms. Foley Carter a copy of your letter, your motion to dismiss, Marianne, I'll have you send it to Ms. Foley Carter. And we'll adjourn it for a pretrial and hearing on the motion for
April 11th at 10:20.
April 11th at 10:20 a.m. And sir, the court has updated or has your correct address on Central Street.
Yes, Your Honor.
Notice of that new date and time will be mailed to you at that address, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Was there anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
There's not, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Crussell?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're free to go, sir. You have a good day, April 11th at 10:20.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Judge, are all three of those files going to be set for a motion?
They should be because the allegation is a violation of due process.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not sure what happened on the 14th that I did not specifically indicate in the file to set aside that default. Hey, and then that,
Motion?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a letter. 24HR 01651OM, Huron Township versus Tyler Coon. Sir, please turn your video on, unmute yourself, state your name for me, please.
Tyler J. Coon.
Thank you.
For your honor, Sam Richardala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Coon. Your honor, at this time, we're going to respectfully request the final pretrial on this matter.
Give me just one moment, Mr. Jadal. I'm without a clerk for a second.
No problem, Judge.
And good morning, Your Honor. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Miss Medina. Good to have you back.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Hopefully I will not get pneumonia for the third time in a year. I mean, I'm really hopeful. I'm really hoping on that. I had bought a little sign for my house that said, Lord, slow me down. I took that down because I'm like, I don't know. It brought me some bad times. We're ready on Miss Rankin. I'm going to mute myself in the meantime, Your Honor.
Mr. Jadala has two cases, and then I'll get to Ms. Rankin. I'm just waiting for Marianne to get back so we can get a date for Mr. Jadala.
Thank you so much. And
I apologize. I'm here.
Okay. Final pretrial date for Tyler Coon?
Sure. April 11th at 10:20.
Thank you, Judge.
April 11th at 10:20. Notice of that new date and time will be mailed to you at the address that's in your file. Anything else this morning, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, you're free to go. You have a great day.
Alrighty, thank you, you too.
Oh, Mr. Coon, before you go, he left already. He owes money on some other matters, Mr. Jadala. That was all.
Yeah, we told him last time, Your Honor. I think he understands.
Okay. This is 24HR 01511, Huron Township versus Marissa Foley.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Richardala, P62186, MIDC. I'm sorry, Your Honor, counsel for Mrs. Foley. Your Honor, today's the time for pretrial. There's been an offer tendered to whereby if Ms. Foley pleads as charged to trespass, it will be taken under 771.1 for 12 months. Understanding the rights that she's waiving by doing so, she wishes to avail herself to that plea, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am. State your name for me.
Marissa Foley.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Correct.
Thank you. May I put your hand down? You had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Jadala this morning. Do you understand the charges you face and the possible penalties?
Yes.
I need you to speak up, please.
Yes.
Thank you. And after having that conversation, it's your understanding and agreement that you'll be tendering a plea of guilty as charged to the trespass case?
Yes.
And you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Is it true that on February 6, 2024 in Huron Township, you trespassed
Yes.
at property located in Huron Estates?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court will accept your plea of guilty as charged to the trespass as indicated by Mr. Jadala, since in this matter is delayed for a period of 12 months, so long as you commit no more violations of the criminal code in the state of Michigan. The case will be administratively reviewed for dismissal in 12 months. The court will impose costs of $300. Ma'am, do you have any reason to return to Huron Estates?
No, I do not.
Ma'am, the only other condition of your delayed sentence is that you do not return to Huron Estates during that 12-month period of time. If the court receives information or allegations that you've returned to the property, it could be viewed as a violation of your agreement not to do so. Understood?
Yes.
And for the $300 in costs that are assessed, ma'am, do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount?
Yes, I do.
Then, ma'am, I am tasking you with one of three things. You can go onto the court's website. There's a drop-down contact us button. You may submit a request for a payment plan that way. Or you can call the court, speak to someone in collections department, set a payment plan. And the last way is to come in person, set a payment plan, but you must do something within the next 5 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Foley, you're free to go. You have a good day. Good luck to you.
Thank you. You as well, hon.
Thank you. This is 19H276657OT. This is Huron Township versus Ingret Rankin. May I have your appearances, please?
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Rankin. Ms. Rankin, would you please say your full name for the record, ma'am?
Ingret Rankin.
Thank you. Ms. Medina, today is the day and time scheduled for the arraignment and pretrial on this matter. This case is currently in warrant status and has been that way since May 3rd of 2019, when Ms. Rankin failed to appear for an arraignment pretrial. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we would ask that the warrant be set aside. We would waive formal reading and stand mute as to the charge, Your Honor, and we would seek an adjourned pretrial date via Zoom if possible. Ms. Foley Carter was going to do a little bit further digging into this 2019 case, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court will recall the warrant, set the bond in this matter at 1,000 personal. Ms. Rankin, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court until this case is resolved in its entirety. We will set your pretrial date for
April 11th at 10:30.
April 11th at 10:30. That will be back on Zoom. Notice of that new date and time will be mailed to you at the address we have on record. Is that Cypress Drive address a good address?
Yes, ma'am, but I prefer email. I have an elderly person at home.
You have a what?
An elderly person at home. I just want to make sure I get you.
I read between the lines, ma'am. I understand completely. The thing is, I don't generate the notices. I don't know about the emailing of notices.
I can do that. As long as we have did you update your email address this morning?
Yes, ma'am, and it was the same one that I got for the hearing today.
Okay, I'll email it to you.
Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Medina?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
Have a good day. Ms. Rankin, you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Marianne, you know I always have a thing for you, an update of some sort.
Yes, it's you got a kitten.
The largest, I think its largest inflatable is coming to Michigan.
What does that mean? The largest inflatable what?
Bounce house.
Oh, geez.
It is coming to Michigan. I remember when I saw it, it's not, is it coming close by? Why do I feel like it's Macomb County for some reason?
So are you gonna go check it out?
So I can wind up in a sling and crutches? No, thank you, ma'am. I'm just thinking it would be a good activity for somebody. When I saw it, it looked like a miniature city. It looked fantastic.
I'll have to check that out later.
Might be a good day trip for you and your little minions. And then we would need to see video of you actively engaged in the jumping around.
I can assure you that will not happen.
My last bounce house was probably 2 years ago.
Oh.
Well, because if you take the time to put up, one was a giant slide and the other one was some castle or something. If you take the time and energy to inflate the thing, you at least need to test it out and make sure it's fun.
And I'm sure it was fun. Were you in there alone or were you in there with some other people?
There were some other people. We were setting it up in the gym at the rec center in Detroit. And so it was the three of us adults and making sure it's fun for the kids. And there were maybe 2 kids there that were helping us.
So I'm sure
there's video.
You felt like a kid. I'm sure you felt like a kid.
There is video. Now that I think about it, there's video of the event, which I wasn't aware of until later. This is 24HR016940D Huron Township versus McLendon. Ma'am, would you unmute yourself and state your name for me, please?
Hello, yes, my name is McLendon.
Thank you. Ms. McLendon, the way they have you labeled indicates that you're waiving your right to speak to the court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor, I actually, initially she waived, but I did speak with her. Ms. Foley Carter, we're just gonna be requesting discovery if it's okay on this one and getting another date.
Fine with me.
Sorry,
Well, let's do the arraignment first, Ms. Medina.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we would waive formal reading and send.
You cut out there. Ms. Medina, you say you will waive formal reading and what else, ma'am?
And stand mute, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. McLendon, the court is setting your bond in this matter at $5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by the court until this matter is resolved in its entirety. Because of the allegations, complaint, and citation against you, a condition of your bond is that you not purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages during the pendency of this matter.
Understood.
Thank you. Ms. Medina, I heard you indicate that discovery has been requested. We will adjourn the pretrial to
April 11th at 10:30.
April 11th at 10:30 a.m. That's on Zoom. Ms. McLendon, notice of the new date and time will be mailed to you at the address we have on record. Is that Lincoln Drive address a good address for you?
To receive court, no.
Did you give the court clerk this morning the best address to receive court mail?
Yes, Your Honor.
Whatever you updated with them this morning will populate the fields before the notice is mailed out to you. So whatever address you confirm with Andy is the address where your mail will go.
Understood, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Medina?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. McLendon, you're free to go. You have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
And
You as well.
And Ms. McLendon, just make sure to touch base with me before court, okay?
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Medina.
Are you kidding? It's 9:25 already. Ms. Foley Carter, I was looking for Mr. Jadala's 8:40 cases because then it appears that we have a break until 11 o'clock.
Yep, I think the only person that didn't show today or so far was Hudgens.
Stone,
Oh, I didn't have that one.
you didn't count that one?
I did not.
You know something I don't know?
No, I think you know something I don't know.
I don't think that's possible, but
Eh,
Hi, guys.
Hello.
yes, Miss Medina.
Yes, so I was just, yeah, I'm here, but there's nothing right now. So I might go on the record real quick and Judge Oakley.
Let me grab Mr. Jadala real quick. Mr. Jadala, I just wanted to grab you regarding the last 8:40 case, Chanel Hudgens.
Yes.
Did you just do the arraignment or are you actually
I think I did the arraignment pretrial, and I raised the pretrial on the driving while license suspended case. I think she wanted to clean up her record, and then was going to talk to Miss Foley Carter to see if we could do something.
have you seen her this morning?
I have not, and I've called her, and I have not gotten a response either.
These are 23 HR 10373B, 24 HR 01215 AOT. These are Huron Township versus Chanel Huggins. Cases were scheduled at 8:40. It's now 9:28 by this court's clocks. Defendant has failed to appear this morning. Ms. Foley Carter, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, we asked that the matter be set for a show cause.
Matters will be set for show cause. Mr. Jadala, the court still has an 11 o'clock docket, so if you're able to get a hold of her and she logs on, we'll recall the matter. Other than that,
Today's docket be concluded, Judge.
I'm sorry?
Is today's docket concluded for now?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so I'm good to go and you'll just let us know if anything else comes up, Your Honor?
There's, correct, Ms. Medina, there's nothing else. The last thing that the court has are civil infractions that start up again at 11.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Thank you. Good to see you.
It was a pleasure. Thanks, Sammer, for letting me handle 2 cases with your quickness. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, I'll be back at 11.
Thank you, Ms. Foley Carter.
Thanks, Judge.
This is 1822388 LOT. Huron Township versus Misha Stone. This case was scheduled this morning for arraignment pretrial. It is in warrant status. It was scheduled at 8:40. It's now 9:30 by the court's clock. Defendant has failed to appear. Case will remain in warrant status. Yeah, please. Thanks.
Is this the warrant?
Yep. And that's it. That's yours too, unless you don't want it for some reason. Oh, no, that's it. We'll go downstairs because I want to talk to Vanessa. Thanks.